everyone, I'm Taylor.
I'm Emma.
I'm Emily.
I'm Rachel.
And we're from Team 11525 Minerva's Mechanics. We're a third-year team from Brunswick High School in Brunswick, Maryland, and we're really excited to share some of the stuff that we wish we'd had known when we were a rookie team with all of you guys.
During our team's rookie year, we hit a huge learning curve. We struggled to compete against advanced teams that had years of experience. Over our 3 years of competing in FTC, we've learned how to succeed, and we want to pass that experience on to new teams. We decided to create a series here on our YouTube channel called What We Wish We'd Known as a Rookie Team, because we firmly believe that everyone benefits from stronger FTC teams and stronger competition. This video is about general advice for first-year teams. The other videos in our series will be in a playlist and linked in the description.
Create a timeline early in the season. During September, you should focus on brainstorming. Then throughout October and November, you should be building and programming. Starting in December, you should practice driving and make minor improvements on the robot until competition. This definitely won't happen for all teams, but you should strive towards this timeline.
Always read first guidelines and award criteria. Designate at least one team member from your team to know all of the rules and the game manual content by heart. This will help ensure that your robot meets guidelines. Also, you should make sure that you read over the award qualifications. If your team or parts of your robot meet those criteria, you should make sure to highlight them in your engineering design journal.
Manage your money wisely. As a rookie team, your fundraising grant program most likely won't be fully established, and your funds will be on the lower side. But we suggest you at least invest in a quarter of a practice playing field, which is pre-ordered before the kickoff from the Andy Mark website, or contact your first state coordinator so that they can connect you with a team in your area that has a practice field. If you decide to buy your own playing field, you should buy practice elements from Andy Mark. Don't buy elements from outside vendors that you think will be close enough, because often they won't be, and it'll mess up your robot during competition. However, we suggest that you buy the foam mats and create the walls out of plywood, because those are much cheaper than buying them from Andy Mark. You can also cut corners monetarily in other areas. For example, not every team needs Mecanum wheels in their first year. It might be wiser to save up for those in a 3D printer when you're in a more advanced team.
The engineering design journal is incredibly important. You should document everything you do in your engineering design journal. This includes daily meeting entries describing what each team member did that meeting, your CAD renditions, math, technical drawings, and your calculations. And make sure to stay on top of your engineering design journal. You don't want to be working on elements of your team section like bios of team members and write-ups on your outreach the night before competition.
Whether you've been doing this for 1 year or 10 years, you'll find that there's no such thing as the perfect robot. So with that, you'll constantly be making adjustments and changes, and you'll likely have to try and prioritize which mechanisms you'd really like to be able to score and which ones that you don't think you have enough time or parts for. We found that in our first year as a team, we bought the Tetrix kit, and it was really useful in teaching us how to build a robot. But in terms of what parts we still use today, we found that the Actobotics and the Go Build-A kits were a lot more helpful to us.
Build 2 robots. If you have a large team and if money permits, you should always build 2 robots, because this allows programmers to begin testing early. It also allows for extra driving practice and modeling the location of certain mechanisms to fit within the size constraints.
If you get stuck, whether it's with programming, building, or using electronics, chances are another team has shared your issue. You can use the FTC forums, the FTC subreddit, and FTC YouTube videos to try and solve your issue. Another great resource is the FTC training manuals. However, they can be hard to find on the first website because it's hard to navigate. The best way to find these is to Google, for example, FTC Block Programming Training Manual.
Inspection sheets. Always print your own inspection sheets and check them before the competition, in order to make the inspection process easier at the competition. You should also consider building your own sizing cube, or buying one, to make sure your robot fits within the 18 by 18 by 18 inch cube.
Practice driving. Practicing driving can give you a real edge in competition, even if your robot is as close to perfect as it can be. If your drivers aren't used to and good at operating it, then you'll likely fall short of where you could be in competition. It can be really hard to find time to drive because oftentimes teams are working up until the very last minute building their robot and then driving straight to the competitions. But we've started prioritizing drive practice a lot more this year, and it's really paid off for us. So we would recommend anyone try and do the same.
Scouting. One aspect of competition you might not know much about is scouting. Scouting is basically the process of going to every team, seeing what they can do, and seeing if they're compatible with your robot. Scouting can help you advance to the next round of competition even if you're not the best team there, so it's important that you do scouting. For more information, please check out our scouting video.
We're Minerva's Mechanics. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to check the description box for more resources along with our social media accounts, and comment down below if you have any questions or other videos you'd like us to do. Bye!